They were just hanging out in your child's room with the door closed, in the bed, half dressed.
This chick that's being shopped around, a Diddy and another male, they say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
And there's a few I can come up with. Will Smith.
Jada Pinkett Smith's unraveling didn't happen overnight. It was the result of years of pressure, unresolved accusations, and relationships that went largely unquestioned, until federal scrutiny forced people to look closer. As Diddy began facing real legal heat and Gene Deal started revealing details, past moments suddenly took on new meaning. Now, conversations are circulating about whether Jada's past connections, alongside Will Smith, are being examined by authorities, including claims involving alleged abuse tied to Bratcher Gray, Jaden Smith, and even Jennifer Lopez. That brings us to the Jennifer Lopez situation. During her relationship with Diddy, it was claimed that Diddy believed Will and Jada were making advances toward her, creating tension so serious that he reportedly feared it could turn physical.
We were at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damon was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and they were sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his arm some kind of way, like, and then he went like this, you know, like, and I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go over towards him, and he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm going to snuff him. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. Now, Puff could scrap now, but I don't think he could beat Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? But he could scrap. You know what I'm saying? So then he said that shit. So I didn't go back over there where Will Smith's sister and her husband was. I stayed about, if he snuffed Will, I could move slow enough that Will could probably get 2 or 3 punches back in. Yeah, but that shit was funny. He thought that Jada and Will was coming on too strong to Jennifer, making advances.
That story only intensified public discussion about Will and Jada's non-traditional marriage. Over time, Jada herself confirmed that their relationship didn't follow conventional rules. In her memoir, she revealed that she and Will had quietly separated back in 2016, years before the public became aware anything was wrong.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
Will later explained that neither of them believed it was their responsibility to make the other happy. Each person, he said, was accountable for their own fulfillment before coming together as partners. Divorce, according to Will, was never the goal. Instead, they agreed to stay together and work through discomfort. In interviews connected to his memoir and a GQ cover story, Will admitted both he and Jada had explored other relationships at different points. Because of this openness, some critics have speculated that the couple lived an extreme lifestyle, with claims ranging from participation in underground freak-off culture to exploiting vulnerable individuals. These are allegations we'll examine later. What the public already knew was Jada's relationship with singer August Alsina, which she discussed openly in 2020.
Situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's
business.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
Red Table Talk became known for uncomfortable honesty, but later episodes raised even more questions, especially those involving Jaden Smith. Jada revealed that she introduced him to alternative mental health practices while coping with her own depression. Jaden later explained his interest in plant-based therapies believed by some to support emotional healing, widely understood to mean psychedelic substances.
I was introduced to plant medicine 10 years ago to deal with my depression, and it knocked it out.
Something Jada says she can speak to from personal experience.
What it does, unlike just going to therapy and putting people on Prozac, right? Which I did that too.
Which that is not successful for so many people.
And that's the thing. So for me, I had struggled with depression for so long. You know, I mean, crippling depression. So the thing about the plant medicine is that not only does it help you feel better, but it helps you solve the problems of how you got there in the first place.
It was always in my head talking, telling me what I was and what I wasn't. And for the first time, I had like a ego dissolution where I was like, that was the moment that really changed me. You get to a place in your life where you're blocked by something, whether it's a trauma, whether it's your emotions, your ego, not being able to express yourself. And then I feel like psychedelics are a way to tear down that wall and see what's beyond it. Doing it guided with people that are professionals, I feel like really increases the chances of having that mystical experience.
Now, it should come as no surprise to you that Jaden Smith has allegedly not only moved out of his parents' house, but he's legally broken free of his parents. Why would a son want to escape from his parents?
What are you saving for?
I'm gonna buy my parents' house.
You're gonna buy your parents' house from them?
From them, yes.
Okay. Will they then stay there with you?
No, I'm gonna give them a little apartment.
Will that be like in the backyard, or where will the apartment be?
It may not surprise many that Jaden Smith has reportedly distanced himself from his parents, both personally and legally. That raises a difficult question. What would drive a child to completely separate from such powerful parents?
There's there's a distance in terms of affection shown between the general and the son. Absolutely. Is it like that at home or no?
Nah,
No,
not really.
we're
Not
very
really.
affectionate.
Well, have you ever
We're very affectionate.
He tried to kiss me in the
have you ever kissed your son on Thai television before?
You're not looking to kiss
Can
my
you kiss
son.
your on Thai TV?
I can kiss my son.
Yes,
Jaden, come on.
Are you okay?
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Several commentators, including Jaguar Wright, have alleged that this distance may stem from inappropriate behavior involving Will Smith. Even more disturbing, some claim there is footage from public appearances that, in their view, supports these concerns.
Somebody stole 2 hard drives from Jada's house. So now we get into why she's even more mad. Jada would watch at the houses. She had her laptop. She would stick her hard drive in, right? Boom, and hook it up to the TV. And she could play whatever video she watching. So I'm seeing videos of her and Will and a bunch of some celebrities, everything. Because remember, the last interview I told you, if you don't sue me, I'm gonna let people know who you've been hitting with them dildos. And I said, if you don't sue, I'm gonna sue. So I told you, being Muslim, whatever I say I'm gonna do, that's what I'm gonna do, period. And I gotta have evidence. So she's sitting down here watching, playing with herself, high as a kite, right? Not caring who's in the house, whether kids watching, nothing. She's in her own world. So that's how I was able to see the tapes. I saw them, and I saw some things that were unreal, and I saw celebrities on the tape.
And the allegations don't stop with their own children. Will Smith's former close friend has made disturbing claims about the household environment, alleging that the couple created inappropriate conditions and exploited vulnerable men while minors were present.
You aired that last interview of me tearing Jada to pieces.
That was insane.
Yes.
I felt uncomfortable because I was like, I don't know what this beef is.
Yeah. Well,
You called her a dope fiend.
Yeah, I called her ball-headed dope fiend, without question. I told her she better sue me because
she said to TMZ when they asked her when she left the Breakfast Club,
yes,
she looked. They was like, "Well, what do you got to say?" And she was like, "We're suing, and I was just like, "Okay,
right."
That's been about 2 years.
Yeah,
and we haven't gotten a lawsuit yet.
No.
Yeah, the only person we got sued by during that year was Kevin Hart,
and I was involved with that, which was crazy.
And that lawsuit is nowhere to be found.
Right, absolutely,
okay,
absolutely,
right.
Absolutely, with no merit. So what's crazy is that Jada did the Breakfast Club, just for people who don't know or want to go back and see, because it's been 2 years since I've been seen or heard of or anything.
Yeah.
Jada responded to your first the first global interview that I did with you.
That was a global interview.
Yes, it went all over the world.
It was in Arabic, I saw it.
Yeah, it's India, everywhere. So I talked for 2 hours.
Okay.
And I said some what some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to be, to show that it was true. So from that, that's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that I extorted you. There was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts. So that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out, right? So now you, Will, and yourself are in legal jeopardy. Her lawyer sends me a cease and desist letter, which I had to report him to the bar.
Tensions escalated when Bilal publicly confronted Jada. He claimed that he warned her to take legal action if his statements were false. Otherwise, he would continue speaking out. When no lawsuit came, Bilal said he followed through by filing his own legal complaint. Not long after, he reportedly left the United States.
After that, there was, they reached out to me through many people, one being Charles Austin, aka Charlie Mack, the federal informant. And he reached out to me through a friend, right? One of my best friends.
Charlie Mack, is that the one that I believe, and I want to say allegedly, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's alleged, even my name's alleged. It was alleged that he had touched Jaden, Will Smith's Charlie Mack, his best friend?
Yeah, that's been alleged, yes. Yes, that has been alleged, that he's I can't say that word on here. PDF file, let's say this.
Okay, and that's
right.
The reason why Jaden wanted to be emancipated, allegedly from his
parents.
Bilal further alleged that troubling circumstances involving Jaden Smith contributed to Jaden seeking legal independence from his parents at an unusually young age.
Fernando, that would drive me around. In Colombia, everything's cheap. So he'd drive me around, run errands, do everything that I need to do. Kind of like an assistant, right? So we're pulling up to my apartment in Colombia. And when I pull up to my apartment in Colombia, there are a bunch of guys with two guys with black pants and white shirt, Scientologist outfits, right? Not saying they're Scientologists, who knows? Right? And then there was another guy who I found out to be a private investigator, and they were by my house. So I told him to drive past, right? So he drove past, he parked. And I'm like, damn, why are they in front of my house? But the crazy thing before that, somebody sent a picture of the front of my door in my apartment and texted to me from a number, right? With nothing. So I put two to two together. I'm like, damn, they might be out to get me, right? So we're driving one afternoon, and while we're driving through that afternoon, a car pulled up with a guy with a mask on, right? And tries to run my boy off the road. So he's trying to not, because in Colombia, you have a lot of freeway parts, but you also have a part like there's no barriers. So you could, somebody make a wrong turn, you down there.
Because it's mountainous.
Yeah. So So the car is so my assistant trying to hitting the other car so we don't go on the barrel. So the guy put the gas on, boom, right? One of the people that I saw, even with the mask, I'm able to see it was one of the people that was at my apartment. So we rolled down the embankment, right? Glass breaking, everything. Like I could hear oh man, it was bad, right? So by the time I get myself together, I look over, my man got a big piece of glass like this stuck in his head, right? It's about this long because the windshield broke when we was tumbling down. So finally the police came, the ambulance came, they took me to the doctor. So now my back is messed up, I gotta have black surgery, and then my knee. I have to have knee surgery, yeah.
Now that Diddy is incarcerated on serious charges, attention has shifted beyond him. People are scrutinizing those who remained close to him for decades, and Jada Pinkett Smith's name continues to surface. According to Gene Deal, this is because Will and Jada may allegedly appear in footage connected to Diddy's private parties.
Tape that's being shopped around, a Diddy in another mill. They say the other mill is an A-list celebrity.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack, and I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shopped. There's some other tapes out there of other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy.
Gene emphasized that the Smiths weren't outsiders. They shared the same elite circles as Diddy for years, private gatherings, industry power rooms, and exclusive spaces where insiders claim behavior occurred that never reached the public. Gene added that Diddy's network extended well beyond hip-hop into high-level Hollywood figures.
Do you believe the guy in the tape is white?
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too, Justin Bieber.
The fact that figures like Justin Bieber, Will Smith, and Diddy crossed paths in private industry settings only deepens concern. This is where Jaguar Wright's accusations become more pointed. She has long argued that Jada's influence over Will was deeply tied to powerful systems that normalized shocking behavior behind closed doors. Addressing the Chris Rock Oscars incident, Jaguar claimed Will initially laughed at the joke, until Jada's reaction changed everything.
No, something didn't make him snap anything. He laughed at that bad joke that Chris said like everybody else. And then Jada looked at him and it was like the Manchurian Candidate.
Not the Manchurian. Not the Manchurian. God damn it.
That's what the happened.
I thought there's a legion of women who said, I'm glad for Will fighting for his woman.
Yeah, because they still want to believe that that sham of a marriage is real.
Oh. Well, there you go.
He ain't never gonna be Tupac, and she proved it when she August Alsina.
Jaguar repeatedly returns to one idea: elite spaces operate under different rules. In these environments, individuals like Diddy were protected, and Jada moved comfortably. Behaviors that would alarm ordinary families were reframed as self-expression or growth.
Then there was the moment on social media. She was 13 with a 22-year-old man in her bed.
Saw that.
It's no big deal. They were just hanging out. I got 3 questions to ask about that.
1.
1322. Appropriate or inappropriate?
Inappropriate.
Alone. Appropriate or inappropriate?
Inappropriate.
In your child's room. Appropriate or inappropriate?
Definitely inappropriate.
Part B to that. In your child's room with the door closed, in the bed, half dressed.
Grab the shotgun.
On social media.
Hell no.
Who took that picture? That's
Who did?
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
We cutting off our hair.
Red flags.
We laid up with old niggas.
Yeah.
That's an old. When she was born, he was probably already trying to rub one out at the park.
Oh, man.
Think about the difference in that.
The imagery.
She's 13.
Okay.
She might have a period. Might. Breasts not fully formed. Pubescent. Hair not grown all the way in.
Man.
And this thing go to a bar and buy a beer and get a drunk in the backseat of his car and leave her out there with $20 and say, hope you make it home. Like,
the imagery.
Just that could be his Saturday night in LA.
So
and he's up in your daughter's bed.
Yeah.
With his shirt off and shit. Frolicking.
You call it art.
On social. Frolicking. On social media. Somebody should have kicked the door in and beat that fucking ass.
What makes the situation even more troubling, critics argue, is that the alleged harm isn't limited to the Smiths' own children. Will Smith has yet to publicly accept responsibility for young people who were reportedly affected while under his influence and protection.
As far as Will Smith is concerned, until he does right by all of those children that were harmed and corrupted while in his care, children that grew up to be men, boys like Bashir Gray, August Alsina, your own son. Like, your own son. Do people forget about that voice clip that I played from Brother Belial?
Hey.
Has anybody seen Belial?
Come on.
I asked him, didn't I ask for him last year?
Come on.
Where's Belial? Is he missing with Cuba? Have they all moved to Bali with Russell Simmons and Kevin Love?
Jaguar then highlights patterns. She points to young men connected to Will Smith who experienced drastic personality changes, public breakdowns, emotional instability, and erratic behavior caught on camera. To her, These are not coincidences but indicators of trauma. She believes Bratcher Gray is still seeking validation from the same system that harmed him.
You want to know the thing that bothers me most about Bashir Gray? I actually think he's doing all of this so they'll take him back in the club. And they're not. They're going to keep gaslighting you and playing with you, promising you one thing or another. Not now, not now. Just next year is going to be your time. You know, you need to get yourself out there. You need to.
Jack, I have a question. So, we speak about, you dealing with the
What happened to
Illuminati
Bashir
and having
Gray
tides and things
should
like
have
that
all
and
of
denouncing
America
it. Can you tell me
outrage?
one
They
of the
watched
things
that kid
that they
become a
that they
star.
promised you? That
And
would
now
happen.
they're watching him become a fallen one, like a comet speeding. How long before he decides it's time to cash out now? How long? Because the one thing I will say is this. Anything happens to that young man, it better not nobody say a word to me. For years, I've been yelling. Salute to Moran Morelli. He actually talked about it the other day. Talked about how troubling. And, the one reason that I can appreciate Moran's commentary is because he's also an SA survivor. So he's a young man who went through these things. He knows what the signs look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can see.
Jaguar claims she personally attempted to intervene, urging distance from dangerous environments and pushing for safer paths. According to her, those efforts were blocked by individuals more focused on reputation and profit than on Bratcher's well-being. In her view, none of this was accidental.
He'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and and she let Charlie tune that boy up on coke, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a bigger whore than they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Bashir conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his book.
From Jaguar's perspective, Diddy was never acting alone. He operated within a network of enablers, parents, executives, mentors, and celebrity families, who ignored warning signs and normalized harmful access to young talent. She believes Will and Jada Smith were not passive observers but trusted insiders. Now that Diddy's alleged actions are under intense scrutiny, Jaguar says the spotlight is finally expanding to those who protected and enabled him. Do you think figures like Bratcher Gray and Jaden Smith will ever see justice? Share your thoughts in the comments.